Once upon a time, in a lush green jungle, where the trees were tall and the grass was thick, lived a mighty lion. This lion was the king of the jungle, and all the animals feared him because of his strength and loud roar. Every day, the lion would wander through the forest, and when he roared, all the animals would hide in fear. One sunny afternoon, after a big meal, the lion was feeling very full and lazy. He decided to lie down in the soft grass beneath a tall tree to take a nap. As the lion slept, his deep breathing made the leaves on the trees rustle, and he snored so loudly that even the birds in the trees flew away. At the same time, not far from where the lion slept, a tiny little mouse was scurrying around, looking for food. This mouse was small but quick, and she was always busy, collecting crumbs and seeds to store in her burrow. She was very curious about the big animals in the forest, but knew she had to be careful not to be seen by any of them. As the mouse wandered closer to the lion, she didn't realize how close she was to danger. She saw the soft grass and thought it would be a nice place to play and hop around. Without knowing, she ran right over the lion's huge paw. Suddenly, the lion woke up. He opened his big eyes and felt something tickling his paw. He looked down and saw the tiny mouse running across him. Furious that someone had dared to disturb his sleep, the lion lifted his great paw and trapped the mouse beneath it.
Who dares to disturb the king of the jungle?
The lion growled, his voice rumbling like thunder. The little mouse trembled under his paw but bravely spoke up, her small voice shaking.
"Oh, great King Lion, please spare my life. I didn't mean to wake you. I was only running through the grass, looking for food. I am just a tiny creature trying to survive in this big jungle. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for this mistake."
The lion's eyes narrowed as he looked down at the tiny creature struggling beneath his paw.
You are too small to make such trouble,
he sneered.
Why shouldn't I eat you right now?
The mouse, sensing a chance, squeaked again.
"Almighty King, if you spare me this one time, I promise I'll never forget your kindness. One day, I might be able to help you when you least expect it."
The lion threw back his head and laughed loudly, the sound echoing through the forest.
You will help me? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
He paused, still chuckling, and added,
How could someone as tiny and weak as you possibly help someone as strong as me, the king of all animals?
The mouse, though frightened, took a deep breath and said,
"Size doesn't always matter, King Lion. Even the smallest creature can help in ways you may not see right now. You may be strong and powerful, but sometimes strength isn't enough. Sometimes it's the cleverness, quickness, and kindness of the smallest that can make the biggest difference. Please, give me a chance to prove it to you."
For a moment, the lion considered his options. He could easily crush the mouse with one swipe of his paw, but something about the mouse's courage made him pause. Finally, with a small smile, the lion lifted his paw.
Very well, little one, I will let you go. But don't forget this moment. I may not believe in your promise, but I will give you a chance.
The mouse, overjoyed, scurried away, looking back over her shoulder and calling out,
Thank you, thank you. King Lion, I will never forget your mercy. I promise, if ever you are in trouble, I will be there to help you, no matter how small I may be. You won't regret this.
A few days later, as the lion was roaming the forest, he wandered into a part of the jungle where hunters had set up traps. The lion didn't notice the danger until it was too late. With a sudden snap, a large net fell from the trees, trapping the lion beneath it. The lion roared and thrashed, trying to free himself, but the more he struggled, the tighter the net became. The lion roared in anger and frustration. He tried using his strong claws to tear the net, but it was no use. The more he fought, the more tangled he became. Soon the lion was too tired to fight any longer. At that very moment, the tiny mouse was nearby, searching for food. When she heard the lion's roar, she immediately recognized it as the voice of the lion who had spared her life. Without hesitation, she ran toward the sound to see what was happening. When the mouse arrived, she saw the mighty lion trapped in the net. His fierce eyes were filled with fear and helplessness. Without wasting any time, the mouse spoke up.
Don't worry, King Lion. I'll help you.
The lion, surprised to see the mouse again, wasn't sure what such a small creature could do, but he was too exhausted to argue. The mouse quickly began to gnaw at the ropes of the net with her sharp teeth. She nibbled and chewed, working tirelessly, until finally one of the ropes snapped, then another, and another. Before long, the mouse had chewed through enough of the ropes that the lion was able to break free from the net. The lion stood up, shaking off the last bits of the trap. He looked down at the little mouse with amazement.
You saved me!
The lion said, still in disbelief.
I never thought that someone as small as you could help someone like me.
The mouse smiled and replied,
I told you, King Lion, that one day I would repay your kindness. Even though I'm small, I can still be helpful.
The lion, filled with gratitude, nodded.
You were right, little mouse. Today, you have taught me an important lesson. No matter how big or small we are, we all have the ability to help others. Thank you, my friend.
From that day on, the lion and the mouse became the best of friends. The lion learned that even the smallest of creatures can be brave and kind, and the mouse knew that she had a friend who would always protect her. This story teaches us that kindness is never wasted. A small act of kindness, even towards someone much stronger or more powerful, can lead to unexpected rewards. You never know when a good deed will be repaid in ways you never imagined. Size doesn't determine value. Even the smallest and weakest individuals can make a big difference. Being small doesn't mean being helpless. Everyone has their unique strengths. Humility is important. Even the mighty can need help sometimes. The lion learned that he couldn't always rely on his strength alone. Pride can blind us to the fact that we all need help sometimes, even from unexpected sources. Gratitude and reciprocity. The mouse didn't forget the lion's kindness and was quick to return the favor when the opportunity arose. Being grateful and showing appreciation for acts of kindness helps build stronger, more supportive relationships. I hope you enjoy the story tonight, little one. Good night and sweet dreams.